All right, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, we're on Discord, we're everywhere. All right, now, last night, yesterday was fucking diabolical. Good volatility, some really good trades yesterday, but a lot of what we saw movement to the downside. And I do hope that everybody did hedge, or like we talked about at the bell, that these levels got hit. That we were hoping that we would um, we would hit in after hours. Ended up getting hit as we neared the end of day. So reducing your risk or grabbing hedges or whatever. Hopefully you've done that because that empty space that we left behind yesterday is pretty much almost filled, and it is possible that it does. Now, any sort of extended break, I just want to go ahead and make this clear on IWM here that this afternoon it's only going to be 295.85 for continuation, and it will be 291.62. So in between those two levels, get out of here. I ain't fucking around with it unless you did swing. We'll see what that has to offer. Um, as far as hedges to the upside. But 24-hour candle is opening up, folks, in range. So there may be a diagnosis of the top of said range getting hit at 296.85. So something to look for today. Yeah, there's a Father's Day discount, by the way, 35%. Ivy, I think we'll add one for the yearly too. A couple of people asking about it. Anyway, IWM QQQ is going to be opening up in the same range, so you can box that fucker up. And is it Thursday before a long weekend? For sure, right? So it could be a chop. And again, we can say that, but at the end of the day, we don't have to necessarily subscribe to that if we see continuation. And I will say, the Qs probably present. They have a really clear day trading setup that I can see on the 4 hour that over 736.50 we would be looking for 741.75. So that's something to look for. Hopefully volatility isn't super slow, but you did recover the box. So hopefully not before the bell. You'll be able to go and kind of pop up there. Huh? Recover? What'd you say? Same thing. Trying to be clever. But anyway, yeah, that is going to be 741. So it's a pretty clear setup, honestly. I guess the only variable here would be the potential to retest that open and move up. Let's see, what was this? 4 p.m. Yeah, so we had already bounced 6 p.m. and that's technically real price. So yeah, right now it's going to be the floor is going to be that 729.62. The overhead resistance is going to be 735.65 with empty space directly up above us, leading us to the potential top of the range to basically go ahead and cinch us down. And this is triple witching. I forgot to fucking mention that as well. We got contracts expiring across the market. This can either add to volatility or make it so that it's non-existent. So nice nude color shirt. You got me. Yeah, because I have squared, textured skin. That was cute. I actually got a whole. It's like a towel. Feels like it's a fucking towel, but I got shorts that match it. I got like whole. I look like they're like Miami fits. Well, I'll never wear this shirt again. Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So Spy. I don't really like this one. I hardly ever do. But I'd say 741.31 retest at that point. Knock yourself out with whatever it is that you see, because essentially at this point you could play a rejection, try to play it down, or you could try to look for that price to get reclaimed and push over 750 looking long in the next week potentially. But other than that, folks, I think the focus QQQ is probably one of the better little day trading setups. IWM, curious, but I mean, it does have 295.33 or 30, excuse me, being kind of that middle part of the range. So if we can make it past that, we can hit that 296, that 24-hour top. But in Vietnam, this is not from Vietnam. No, I don't think so. Can't see. uh, Ivy. Okay, I'll send it to him in a second. Yeah. Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, we can. Yes. Yep. Just for today and tomorrow for Father's Day. So end of the night. Hold on. What is that dude's name? Do what? The more you say it, the more I'm confused. Hold on one second. I'm trying to type a name in right now. So, dude, what is wrong with my fingers this morning? Where it's not working? Okay, I got it. All right, he's taken care. Tony Montana. Okay. All right, so we got our ETFs covered here for this morning. So let's talk about a couple of individual equities that I've been keeping my eyes peeled on. I took a speculative bounce. I think farm guy. Uh, it feels disrespectful calling you farm boy, farm man. Um, but over 575.33. I'd rather focus on Meta today to see if it wants to pop above that. If not, next week I'll keep an eye on that one. But it has a good juicy amount of empty space. If it can't get over that 575.22, it's not bullish. And more than likely, it could end up punching down, which we talked about. But again, I think that would be market wide pullback type shit. Roblox looks clean, breaking out of consolidation. I think a couple of people have taken that trade, so we'll take a look at it. Just a second though. Snow is still extremely consolidated, which is good for me, um, because this just means that tension is only climbing higher and higher. But unfortunately, we are opening at the floor, but without having lost anything. Um, I guess this is the only candle that has opened up under 235. So we'll keep an eye on this one to maybe lose the wicks today. I already kind of have some speculative positions. So if it moves without me being able to grab it or something like that, at least I got a piece. What do I use to trade? Trade station. All right. I think, yeah, we'll go over Schwab really quickly. Schwab had a really nice move. It tapped its imbalance at 94.82 yesterday. I think this one, if anything, slows down today. If it can't continue moving higher, I like a retest of 93.80, which is a floor that we've reclaimed and a wicks that we could retest while also simultaneously being the top of a 1 hour or 4 hour box range, if you want to call it that. So if any pullback does occur, we want to see price move rapidly down, bounce off of that, and move to the upside. Best copy trader. I don't use that shit. All right. SMCI, which yeah, I forgot about that comment. Very good. Anyway, so this one did end up losing and pulling back to that 27.80. I think it's worth watching. I'm not saying it's going to be a play for today, but again, I'll wait 2 or 3 days for a play that's going to pay me out, 500 to 1,000%. And SMCI definitely has that sort of empty space. Its trajectory right now is very much down, and it is opening up underneath the top of that previous 29.66. So getting up and out of there would be priority number one, but I'm leaving it at that. Celsius, kind of a hard. If you have good expiration, you should still be okay. Um, Good candle yesterday, honestly, even though it retested. So today's goal is obviously to maintain at minimum price, but to be over 30.80. That has to happen. We didn't get a 4 hour candle close outside of that, but it is still a relatively decent setup for continuation up into that empty space above. So can I share my box uh visibility settings? Sure. Screenshot that real quick. I mean, I change it all the time, so I mean, my trade app doesn't have the 24-hour candle, so I guess just use the 1440 minute. If it shows all the data, yeah, but I don't use my brokerage's app, trading tracking app, because it's just not, it doesn't have that data. No data. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's about it. I still have some other things that I'm got my eyes peeled on going into today. Obviously, CRWV. I know you guys saw that. I actually still like this one a lot. So keep your eyes peeled on this one for continuation through this stupid ass little box. But outside of the top of it at 122, it's got nothing but empty space up to 127. And obviously, with that third untouched downtrend, whatever you want to call it, that would be a pretty reasonable target to the upside. So I'll be keeping my eyes peeled on that one. It's got a good build. So it might be a straightforward break up and over that. So again, 122.42, and we should see at least 127. So LXRX is doing what you said. It's so funny, dude. I forget. What is that Kanye song? He says, I forget more hits than you would ever think of, or some shit like that. Yeah, I literally forget. I don't remember doing analysis on this at all. Oh, look at that. Retest. Okay. Box up against the floor. Cost basis 215. Nice. All right. Now, if you guys have anything you would like for me to take a look at, um, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Why? Let me look at Netflix really quick. Yo, Netflix could be something to put on the radar, but the simple, actually, I can make this so simple. Over 78.50. I still think that one could go down and touch 72 though, so I'm not gonna bet my whole life on that one. All right, it's detected your live screen wasn't on your screen. Oh my god. TSCO looks fire. It does, but this is one that it didn't trigger. So I have, again, I don't care that it's gone down as long as it can maintain its floor. If it can maintain the floor now that it's retested it and curl back up, absolutely. Absolutely. This would make three, four taps down at the bottom, multiple taps at the top. So yeah, I do like Tractor Supply. Good expiration though, because this thing moves like fucking hot dog water. Briefly, but yeah, I can go over it really quick again. I actually, I mentioned you because I knew that you were the one of the people who verbalized that you speculated on this one. I did as well. So today's goal, right? And this is the hourly. The hourly is literally your pre-market or your 575.86 high is what must be broken. And then essentially after that, it would be 580.40, and we got a kick-ass fucking setup to take this thing to the upside. Absolutely. Um, yeah. Now, obviously, the cost basis is a cost basis, so if that fucker breaks, that's it. So, but I think, yeah, yeah. But I mean, the good thing is it's a relatively low risk to reward. So, good risk to reward though if it works. And obviously, this is its last chance to maintain any sort of uptrend. So, we saw the cues falling today. That might be a sign. But lower the volume on the music. Yeah. If you are on TikTok or Discord, you can actually lower the music volume yourself. In the top right hand corner of my screen, you'll see a little speaker. Click on it, lower that volume. Oh, looks like Ivy got the yearly for the 35% up. So if you guys were interested in that one. All right, folks. So I wanna go through your guys' charts. Those you guys on the Discord. Let me see what you guys got. All right. All right. So let's see here. John, can I check Amazon up? It has empty space, but it's choppy. You deserve the best. You know what I mean, John, brother John? So let's not deal with that. I think that's clear, though. I mean, that's a very clear. It's telling you, right? Dude, it's actually so clear it makes my toes cramp. because over this you can see that how price responds once it's able to push through. Look at it. Look at bounce, hit, bounce, hit, bounce. This one goes past, fills the rest of the empty space. But now we have the same exact amount of empty space as we did before. So 245.36 would be an excellent price target. But obviously, this is going to require the lower time frame boxes. So I mean, like even just step 1 of 237.80 and then step 2 of 240.28 would be great triggers breaks to see continuation to the upside. Now I will tell you, since it's a quad witching, 242 could be the cap. So we'll see how that does. It's curling up right now. Cooling up. If we see the Qs pop like really, really fast, and then that gets eaten up, that would actually, I would start to think, okay, maybe we see that third day. But I'm not going to go that far until we see that. AXGN. What the? Axogen? Can't even spell oxygen, right? Dorks. Okay, so it's not all-time highs. I thought it was there for a second. So, real quick, for those of you guys who are new, when I say the most recent price action can be in 2018, if you haven't hit it, it is still clear. I have played Empty Space from 1998, from the fucking teched up way back. So just for future reference, right? When I'm looking at this, check this out. Stay above this, go hit that. Simple, right? And the weekly should always be the most simple time frame. So good step in the right direction. Look how look at again. That's what you've been fighting with. So yeah, to get a candle close on the weekly above 44.30, I think would be monumental to see continuation to the upside. And then, I mean, the wick right here does technically fill that up. So what I'll do in this scenario is basically just split that in half, right? So 49.35 and then the rest of that bad boy. But Julian, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Do you know that there are professional day traders that still, like Mark Vandervelde, other people like that, best at what they do, still online? That is literally the dumbest thing you could have ever said in your life. But I'll let that one slide, okay? I'll let that one slide. Everybody gets one dumb comment today. I'm feeling extra patient. I like to be a good safe space for people, you know. Let it out. uh so this looks good. Obviously USAR has a knack for filling up its empty space, so I like this a lot. 2632, right? That is going to be Ivy. I thought you made the code for forehead ad. For some reason, I just read that forehead out of the corner of my eye. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, 2627 would be the first. And by the way, before you join my Discord, for the love of God, this is not a signal chat. If you are ready to become an independent trader, you want my help with that, you want to be a part of the study groups, you want to be a part of the Discord, take the workshop, become independent. That's your goal. You're tired of taking signals. You know that shit doesn't work. I got you. We work all together as one to find fire ass plays. Hence why the gains page is always popping off with something. But that being said, anyway, USAR, I would just be aiming for your imbalance, which is the 50% mark. For those of you guys who are, again, new, teaching you guys something else here as well. If you see a big pocket of empty space, the only resistance will typically be the 50% mark of that empty space. That's going to be the psychological number of 25. So I would keep that, obviously, just watch how price reacts to that. Make sure you maintain your price above it. So, all right. Good chart, by the way, Kay, and rate my box. Your box would be, as of right now, I forgot to mention this, sorry. As of right now, you could go ahead on this one and on the 24. Now that you've punched through that range, I want you to go ahead and shift those boxes to the most recent price action. Look what you just bounced off of. See how important that is? Again, this is one of the things that you're going to continuously see over and over again is you're going to see price pushing off of those 50% marks. That's where the volume is at. Obviously, that's your downside signal. So. Excuse me. Can't tell if my lung hurts or my heart. I guess we'll find out. Let's see here. 88.50 outside of 84.42. Yeah, make sure you hit apply before you hit purchase the thing. Yeah, I've just given you guys tips. All right. So, everybody, anybody, everybody. This is good, right? What would you guys rank this in the Discord out of 10? What would you rate this? What is your guys' thoughts on this? Because
because of the contracts.
can I schedule my dumb comment for next Tuesday, boss? I'll put that down on the calendar. That's fine.
Write that one.
Can you keep it? It has to be after 10:30 before 10:30. I can get triggered. It might trigger me. So today's different.
It looks amazing, but the contracts are dog shit.
Oh, that's
My
right.
consolidation's a 10. That's like perfect.
Yeah, that is. So this is a 10 out of 10. Perfect. I mean, it's a perfect box. But yeah, we do have an issue. The contracts are fucking ass water. So that being said, it may be something that
no personality.
There you go, right? No good looks, no personality. So it may be something that we have to just watch play out. But if there's nothing to touch, if there's nothing to buy, that makes sense. And we have played this before. So it may be something that volatility just needs to return back to it to bring that volume back in. So if we could find something that has a spread, the contract at the ask is under $20, we might be able to get it. We would be down immediately, but we might be able to get something like that. But we're not going to stretch too far to get something. It is a great setup, though. So keep this in the back of your mind. Oh my God, Julian, just you're in the wrong place. Find somebody else's. I appreciate your effort. Find somewhere else. I'm not the guy. I promise. You're going to be reading my books in 10 years. So calm down. All right.
Say, if the consolidation is good, but the contracts are too expensive, does that mean that she has good looks but too much personality?
No, she just has like highfalutin taste. You know what I mean? She's maybe a little materialistic. So I mean, literally, this dude's like fighting for his life in the comments right now, trying to tell people that this doesn't work. When half the people who are watching this, more than half of the people watching this, have literally been watching this shit work for forever. So anyway, I love it. Anyway, let's focus, guys. We got it's 9:15. We got 15 minutes. We're gonna focus on the money, not idiots. So if you guys have anything you want me to take a look at. What is the average contract price you like to get? Somewhere in, I'd say about $15 to, 60, $70 is a sweet spot. But I'm willing to compromise with less contracts if they're more expensive. I did that on Oracle. Obviously, I have a predetermined risk to reward. So, whatever fits in there. It's always someone. It's got to be. But honestly, I maybe I'm toxic too, but I kind of love it. I kind of love it. It adds. It's like when a comedian has a heckler. It can be really good. Depends. I did see a heckler beat a comedian up the other day. But can't do that to me. All right. What else do we got? Walmart is going to fill that empty space to the downside. I sure hope so because I took puts. Yeah. So that was pretty bitchin' analysis, and I know this strategy doesn't work, but somehow it is working in this scenario where we've already punched down. So again, the same concept that I teach you guys to the upside is the same concept that I carry to the downside, which is that if you have a box, right, that you have broken out of. The goal is to never be back underneath, and it's definitely not breaking cost basis. If that does happen, you're now promised a new low. That new low relative to that box would be 118 or 119 flat. That cost basis is cleanly broke, and as of this morning, the floor is lost, and you're now going to be looking at the only resistance that stands between, or support that stands between you and continuation, yes, into this gap and to the bottom of the perceivable trend. We're not, I just want to emphasize so much how unimportant channels are when it comes to, like, they are important, but they have their place. In this scenario, if this is all empty and price responds to 115, fine. But if it keeps rejecting 116, builds a box, and then breaks down, I'm not going to let that shift my vision if I decide to take it all the way. So empty space is empty space. Yeah, let's just let Julian squirm. Guys, don't even worry about it. Don't let people like this trigger you. Let them squirm. I mean, it helps the algorithm, but I mean, seriously, you guys know that it works, and a lot of you guys are making real money without even having to purchase anything from me. So if that doesn't, again, prove itself, or proof of concept, yeah, don't let those people. It's not bothering me, so don't let it bother you. AAOI. Good empty space, but same overhead resistance of 178.31. It is empty space. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew it. You're fucking inside of a massive area of consolidation, which I prefer not to trade in because it does make the journey from point A to point B a little bit more difficult. That being said, I think the priority number one on this one would be making sure that your stop loss is somewhere around that 178, because at that point, yeah, you do have the empty space and the same, not same amount, but same type of consolidation to potentially propel you like you did before into it. So yeah, anyway. Hi, is this strategy for day trading only or swing trading? This is for investing. This is for day trading. This is for scalping. This is for swing trading. This is for crypto. This is for Forex. This is for futures. I have people getting payouts in futures. I have people posting, we don't have a ton of crypto traders, but I've had people posting 1,200, 1,500, 10,000, X crypto trades. So, I mean, like, yes, my strategy works. It's just the way the markets move. I mean, again, I have gone back to newspapers where they were hand drawing charts, and you can still see points of contact. You can still see three waves. You can still see empty space. You can still see how buyers emphatically push price up too fast, and then they get panicked and price comes down just as quickly. It's pretty cool.
Streams are full.
Streams full. Streams full. Okay, if we could get if anybody else has a spare screen, I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I need to sign into my other thingy majigger. My God, AO's playing Among Us. My strategy works. Just give me money and I'll tell you again. My strategy works, and I'll teach you for fucking free, and also make a shit ton of, I think it's like 25 hours or something like that of free educational content walking you through every aspect of my strategy. Therefore, you have already received value. Therefore, you can benefit from that value, make your money, and then decide if you want to be a part of a beehive where everybody's looking for the same exact thing. There's no different strategies, no different indicators, no flow. Everybody's looking for the same exact setup, which most of the people in here have made the money to be in here. So I do not withhold anything, though. That was a good try, though. That was a really good one. Better than your first attempts. I would say dig a little deeper. Maybe if you were abused as a child, start digging in there. They really getting some of that primordial anger. Hold on a second. I'm just yapping while I'm trying to find this right now. There we go. All right. Let me see that noodle. Hey, hold on. Ivy, I told you about asking for people's noodles. All right. You said Potter's getting banned today? Yeah, maybe. Ban incoming any moment. Yo, Boo, you're diabolical. You gotta stop. Oh my god. All right, let's see here. So I know you went over this, but can you explain why it isn't ready for that downside move? I actually mentioned how it today maybe that potential leg down just simply because price did technically open underneath that 235 or the green candles. However, yeah, it is actually possible today because one of the things I look for maintenance or maintaining support, excuse me, is price to open up on a floor. And today you have not done that. Now, obviously, with price moving up right now, that's not that can be deceptive. It's 234.19 retest, and then at that point, technically, yes, you would be looking. So tap here and then fade down, and you could be looking at taking that position. Again, we're looking for the break of 229 with the first target being 226, adherent to the channel that we were traveling in as well. Basically like that. So that would be right around that 226.72. And bro, haters are all the same. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I resonate with him, right? I resonate with Julian. He's just got unabashed, unfiltered frustration towards people that are sitting in the seat that I am. I get it. And I encourage him to keep doing it. Keep doing it. Obviously, here's not the place, but because I know, different, but I get it. Keep doing it. I'm pissed too, but it's just not me. I hate the fact that I'm filled up in a space where people are reselling strategies that they didn't create. That sucks, but it is what it is. It's a beast that's almost impossible to fight. Trust me. All right, Google day trade to 368. I can get off on that. Pause. That's not how I wanted to say that. 366.61 break. Now I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You gotta obviously be aware because this is where if price moves rapidly, it'll come back and retest and then finish up that empty space to keep price moving slow. However, I do like the fact that you are in a nice little channel. So that does look pretty good for a potential day trade. So Julian, if you want to understand, you're absolutely, I don't have any promo codes for anything, guys. I don't make money off of any of this stuff like that, the fucking charts, TradeStation, none of that. So, yeah, go to my YouTube. Go to my YouTube, watch those YouTube channels, and then you'll have more material to roast me. Or if you're really lazy, go use AI to give you a simple synopsis. All right, hood down below 105 or up above 107.39. Just checking if I'm right or not. The contracts seem expensive. Okay, so you're looking at what is that, a hourly? I can't see what time frame you're on right now. I'm assuming that's the 30-minute, something like that. Yeah, 30-minute, but I'm going to look at the 24-hour first. Honestly, this one, I mean, as far as where you need to open, you're opening in a great place. You still have remaining targets of 113. We've talked about that one yesterday, 113.71. So I think right now, just looking at the 24-hour, because again, I want to root everything based on that alone. We got 5 minutes here left, folks. I'll take a look at AVGO. You sent me a text. I'll check it. Yeah, I had somebody send me a text 3 days ago. I just got back to it. I'm terrible. Not good. Personally, I think that this is a 2-hour range sim. And then if we want to do it this way, right? I mean, you are correct in utilizing the old box, right? Right here, where that old cost basis is coming in handy. But what we're going to be looking for here this morning, and this is actually really good, sim, because you have this box underneath you. That's a bounce. That's a bounce. Obviously, anything under that's a fade. You have a channel here, I believe, possibly. We're going to leave that alone. Just keep an eye out for that. But essentially over 109, that would be my main focus for today to get this one up and out. Now, downside, yes, just as much, right? But obviously that would be a failure. And I'm not so certain that what I'm seeing I don't have enough context to actually give this a channel. However, I do have that wide fluctuation in price that often can give me a change in trend temporarily. So somebody just talk?
It
What was
was
up?
me saying thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I had the volume turned down too low. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, I know you're saying don't help them, but there's a lot of people in here who didn't really like me. Okay? And if we hold people to every opinion that they feel every moment of every day, it's, you know, that's going to be an uncomfortable world to live in. So if you don't like me off the rip, that's fine. You don't have to like me to learn this shit and see if it's real or not. And if it works for you, awesome. You still don't have to like me. I'm
Well
almost positive that there's people in the Discord right now that really don't care for me, but they know that the strategy works. So, all right.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that funny?
I know.
That's all right, man. It's the stock market, dude. We're not, you know, the emotions got to stay on the sidelines a little bit with some
Bingo.
things, you know. So, all right, guys. QQQ just popped. I am not mad about that. At least it's gonna get me back up into the yeah. And I'm really kind of hot on Meta. I want to see what it does today over that overhead high. It's not you at all. Very likable, just a skeptic of the analysis, but learning. Totally understand, Julian. Keep me updated. If you have any questions, my DMs are open. I take a while to respond though because I am aloof. When's the last time you heard that word? Aloof. I did hear aloof. All right, we got. Oh, let me pull my height up. Height. Simmer down, guys. It's all good. It's all good. All right, I was just pulling up my watch. I have the Ivy. Obviously for trading, when you start trading again, having the time right in front of you with the seconds is just the best. Like right on the computer screen. Our me and Ivy and I guess Junior all have the same computers, so well, at least the same height cases. But it's really nice having that time right there. It helps a lot. All right. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's okay, right? To me, this is the area where we expect for price to move rapidly, correct? So that's going to be officially, I just want you guys to know this, above here, fine. But this could be the end of the day. It must get above 242 for you to have access to that. We need the queues also to be moving pretty quickly as well. All right, everybody take a deep damn breath. You got 15 seconds here. Hopefully you already have a trade set up or you have an idea of what you're doing. If you have a swing trade that you're taking profit on, awesome. Make sure you have your targets in mind. You know where, when, how, point A, point B. Ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna pull the cues up over here. All right, if you have those hedges, that is a great distance from where we took those. So obviously this is the room where we want to see price expand over 737, but this is a good place for trimming. This is the previous overhead high from yesterday, so I expect a little bit of resistance, but once we get a candle close over this, we should be heading to 279.17, and then ultimately we want to see a tap of that structure overhead if continuation is in the cards. Any price moving underneath 735.33 is where I'm narrating this for myself, was where a reversal is likely to occur. I'm going to get rid of all this shit because this is the only real focus that I care about at the moment. Remember, triple witching. Do not put all your eggs in today's basket unless we see it. So, triple witching can cause some really, really back and forth volatility, which will just erode weekly contracts, which most people are trying to fucking trade right now. So, Jose, that's crazy, dude. Meta is pushing towards that overhead high that I was talking about. That's 576.66. A break over that would give us first contact with this first area, this first range, with the candle close being at 577.93. So we're waiting to see if we can get that break over 576. Am I a good witch or a bad witch? I prefer warlock, but you know we're not being gender specific. Probably take like a anti-hero witch. Something in the
That's
middle.
the kind of witch that makes money.
Hey, that's a money witch right there. If you
The
don't have
funny
a
thing is when I started trading, I didn't know what a witching was, and I saw it in a Discord, and I was freaking out. I'm like, "Are you all being insensitive about pagan beliefs? Because I'm a witch. I will smack you right now."
Nope. No, we're not coming after paganry. That's for sure. Nope. The stock market loves a good witch. Loves a good witching. All right, 1 second here. Yeah, what's up, boss?
Looking at the cues on the 15-minute, if we
Uh-huh.
close above that 737.66, you see the next, real resistance being that 739.96. You could just say 740.
Yeah, 740, 160, the wick.
Jumping.
I got those. Fuck that. Oh, my alert did not motherfucking go off. All right, well, that trade is working. It literally is working like I said it was going to this morning, where I wasn't able to add to it, but I have a position. Well, fuck. I miss them too. Fuck. Not bad.
Got some puppy.
I got some puppy.
Got some puppy. Buenos dias.
220s. If you have any 220s on snow, holy shit. Yeah, this is a again, I want to elaborate while this is happening because it's going to help me feel some calm. Everybody, swear to God, this is what the fuck I'm looking for every single time. Through contraction leads to expansion. It's not rocket science. It's not crazy. But this right here, we started at the beginning of the week. Yes, I missed my second entry, but I'm still making a bag right now. That being said, I'm really, really excited to see how this one's going to respond to these underneath resistances, because again, that empty space to the upside is likely something that could create a channel. But that being said, right now, all we really have is exactly what we just tapped now, and this 221, 220.80 level directly underneath us. So if you have that snow, that's why I grabbed those speculative contracts on both sides.
Full port.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I'm getting out, I think.
These contracts for the weeklies on snow were 12 cents yesterday.
So pissed I didn't fucking swing any.
They're 189, almost $200. So $12 or 14 to, never mind, $200. Yo, what's up?
You look, just out of curiosity, you looked at Netflix for equity at all?
I have not yet. No, but really quick pause. Meta is failing that overhead. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Obviously, if we want to see upside, it hasn't lost enough yet, but this is liable to definitely head down further. So if you want to re-enter, we do not have to hold through shit that rejects the highs, especially if we caught the bounce and we have good expirations. So just to let everybody know, it is above 576 that we're looking for, that empty space, just like we are in snow to the downside. Same concept, but to the upside. Users are having a hard time right now maintaining that high. This is exactly right. Tap that previous overhead high, and we are now pushing down into this box. This box being punched through at 733.50 could give us access to that gap down underneath us, or that floor of 279.
Give me it. I got 729. The top ticked it.
Oh shit, did you get that off the overhead high? Oh, nice. Very good. Snow trying to creep underneath here. You said Walmart? I'm waiting for Walmart to potentially break down, actually. 116.50 first. Tesla's pulling back. SoFi's pulling back. Snow's almost hitting that 120. This is a great trim spot. Obviously, if you have any weeklies on snow, it's time to dive now. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's what I'm doing. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Oh my God. Those were so stupid. So, again, those of you guys who have cheap or even small accounts, focus on that kind of consolidation and be willing to wait for it. Focus on it. Honestly, had too much else going on, so I missed the, again, second entry. But this was and Nunya, I think, pointed this out, right, or mentioned, had me recap this, the fact that it did not open on the floor, retested up into those highs. But one of the most important things that we go over in the workshop and on my YouTube channel is where we open on the 24-hour time frame and on the 4-hour. This will actually let us know, because you do want to be opening up on something that supports and holds price up, or gapping up to it in order to continue moving up. But if you open under or gap down under a floor, that is actually one of my rules. One of my things that I look for is continuation to the downside, to whatever support lies underneath you. So
Nanya's gonna slap a $400,000 gain later. Watch.
oh shit. You said Apple's getting clapped. Are you in? Yo, Sim, are you in fucking snow? Are you in snow? Let's fucking go. Walmart is bouncing. You are correct though on that one. Watch a retest over the 118.66. Snow was something I've talked about on Monday.
I'm in snow, but I got in a long time ago, and I'm pretty far out, and my contracts are still very red. So,
Okay, what strike and expiration do you have?
well, my expiration is today. They've been zero for a while.
Yikes.
I
Okay,
have
yeah.
like 200s, you know.
Okay, yeah. So you that when we buy, as we get to the edge of, or the end of that consolidation, as we kind of were talking about on Wednesday and Tuesday, as we get towards the end of that, you when you grab those like we did with SMCI, there has to be at least a week or two above that. And if you are still in consolidation when that next week arrives, you have to think about rolling or even re-entering somewhere else.
Don't feel bad. I did the exact same thing. I got today's 200s and they're not doing anything. So I meant to get it. I meant to pick it up yesterday, but I got distracted with some other things.
Let's
I
hope
was
this
going
pulls
to add
back a
to
little
it.
bit further. I see 214 at the lowest end. This is one of the floors. We're at a median of the previous structure that we were, or boxes. So I suspect that we will be seeing 214.20, but cues are holding up off of that pre-market box that we marked out this morning. And again, if you guys are watching here, I am primarily a swing trader, right? And this is actually one of the reasons why I swung snow. I actually added this on Monday, but then yesterday I grabbed more contracts. They were so cheap. I was like, if it's going to break, it might be tomorrow, since the whole market pulled back yesterday and snow didn't do shit. So a lot of the times these things will lead and lag. This one lagged. So for that reason, again, as you get closer to the end of that area of consolidation, or you've kind of maxed out those taps, that's where you can start looking at it. But swinging allows for me to just wake up and already be in that position and manage it. So how bad do I think that SpaceX will go down? I believe pretty badly. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen yet. In fact, I believe, oh, damn, dude, I'm not going to lie. I was pretty fire. This is the exact thing I drew. That is the exact motherfucking drawing that I made for this potential breakdown. I said 3 days of consecutive rippage. That is your standard issue average for most mega caps. That is a fact, something to write down. The standard average is 2 to 3 days of expansion, and you don't even have consolidation here. And typically at that point, right, sideways at the top, retest, pull back, find that volume. I would actually argue right now that there's a pretty solid chance for SpaceX to bounce and retest 191. They're not going to make it a straight line. So, wow, my snow flipped green 100 in a second. There you go, nice. So again, just for learning. Ooh, there's 220 on snow. Oh my god. Oh my god. I might be in the money, y'all. 14 cents, $14 to $262 at the ask. The bid and the ask is fucking spread wide though. It's 225 and 262. If anybody could ask their friends to come and buy some contracts, that'd be great. Tighten up my spread.
Hood is going.
Down. Yes. Cool. Okay. Sim, you in that one too?
No, I missed it.
No, Sim Sam. I was asking
Yeah,
if she
that's
was.
me.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I missed
Do
it.
you get a new mic?
I
For
don't have
all
one.
out respect,
I'm talking to my laptop. I need to get one.
in the
Okay.
most respectful way possible, they do sound the. I have trouble every time
Oh.
deciphering which one it is.
Gosh, golf man, how could you be like that, dude? I'm just kidding.
Which one it is or which person he is?
Can you?
God damn it, Astro! I said I led with all due respect.
And then you
I
you said
barely know what you're
it.
talking about, actually.
Just ignore them. All right, cost basis as of right now is holding up. We did tap this, so right now, real quick, if you were looking at downside positions, there you go. Price tapped it. It's telling you where it's at. So underneath that 732.50, could be looking down. If we see price pop up above 734.88, we could be looking at price trying to move back up into 735. I'm not going to call for a full reversal off that, but as of right now, retest, right, that previous overhead high. If this is still selling, you may see that red candle follow through after that. No, I got out of meta. I'm out of meta. After that third rejection at the top, that's my magic number. Third rejection at the top, that's the price that I needed to break. We fell underneath 573. I'm done. We're not doing that. Now, if somebody grabbed it short, cool, but I'll say I don't really have anything other than the massive potential dump, which I'm trying to fight the temptation to take because I have a toxic relationship because I'm only a man. I'm only a human. But I would really love to short this thing past 560 down to the fucking gap. And I look at it and I'm like, boy, you've lost every single support and retested even ones that you should have reclaimed. And you don't even have a formidable one that you're sitting on right now. So. Okay, so Q's did exactly what we just talked about right there. Look at the wick. Do you guys see how price is retesting or popping back up to retest that thing that it tried to break out of? Now pushing back down. Again, any sort of continuation of the downside will be resulting or would result in that potential gap fill to the downside. Now there is more empty space all in here. I'm not going to try to lead you guys into temptation, but it might be something to look into a runner if you do. Again, I'm not giving signals, but if you do or are looking for a continuation to the upside or downside, excuse me, UNH is pushing. It sure is. Still want that one over 407. Schwab just got a really nice bounce. Snow has also bounced really, really, really well. What's up, boss?
If you were looking for the Qs down, and say you weren't in yet, you would wait for that 731.69. Yeah, I've seen a couple bounces off that, and then after that, all the way down to the floor at 729.60, and then if you lose that, you're going down to 726.
If you do, yeah. If you do. I think right now, obviously, anything back up above 735.50, and but yes, I mean, downside would be a breakdown. I personally, if you were on the 5-minute and it just bounced off of that, literally off of 735.50 right there, because again, this is a punchback. This box got punched through, bam, gone. So now I'm focused on this. So at the moment, if this, honestly, dude, if 732.50 breaks, I'd probably be looking to set my stop loss around the cost basis at 733.50 and then be taking it for the gap fill. Deliver us from evil. I'm actually thinking about, so real quick, Snow is retesting that previous overhead high of 226. Everything should be gone or out if you took that one short with me. 220 was, I mean, honestly, surpassed my target. But one of the things that we have talked about, and I am going to be watching for now, is Snow's ability to pull itself back up and how far it's able to do that. Obviously, I'm still going to watch this as we get to the end of the day. but this is something that could be looking to create that channel with the 3 points of contact. And if we are, again, fuck the channel, but if you are able to reclaim floor A and B, it could be in the cards to be punching back up. Not enough data to tell me yes or no on that yet, but we're going to be watching, because again, when we look for or watch these bounces, we want to see how price responds to those targets underneath. But that was a really good trade, obviously, if you got the right expiration on that one. So if you have any gains on that, post them. Walmart on the floor. Yeah, Walmart failed that retest or that break over 118.50. Again, I still see this one as a potential short, at least today to 116.88 if you're unable to maintain the floor that you're currently losing at the moment. So what do I think about AVGO? Well, it appears very clearly that price is retesting a major area of consolidation. This is always where price is going to slow down. That's why I trade from box to box and avoid the contact. That being said, this is actually a really interesting area to be. You are above. Look at the cues going right into fucking shrink mode. Triple witching chop mode. That's diabolical. Anyway, this candle is dead slap center in between what it broke out from and what it needs to break onto or break above. So you are in between literally a rock and a hard place as price is going to try to find its way to close above. You do have a gap underneath you, and it's always preferred, I would have preferred that you actually pulled back and then popped up. So warning on this one, if you do fall back underneath 400, then no go. I didn't really like IWM this morning. IWM really didn't offer this. Maybe short if we decided to dump today, and that would start with a 291, which might be something that's about to happen here in the next few minutes, if price ends up moving through this 15-minute box. So through here, down here, 291. But it's also okay, guys, to just acknowledge that maybe your setup is not building or not triggering, and just take a step back and take a deep breath. I posted this last night, and I think you guys should probably, I know some of you guys are doing your job and everything's going well right now, but I posted this last night, and this is actually, I mean, this is life advice, you know, maybe for some people. Watch the cues. If you look at the lower time frame, we're actually building up, trying to go and retest that previous overhead high. Watch price when it gets there. It should clear. If it does clear that, it will be likely moving up into that pocket of empty space. So you can even watch that on the 2-minute here. Watch the retest. Watch how it responds. Brief pause. But yesterday I said I want those of you who struggle with impulsiveness to try something for me. Next time you are about to go spend your last $10 of BP after 25 different trades, one contract apiece, take 10 seconds. And I legitimately mean this. Count them in your head. 10 seconds to chart whatever is above or below, or 10 seconds to zoom out to see where you're trading. Most of the trades we take, we like to take them night before because it causes the anxiety to take away or to kind of ease away. But even with swings, if you don't have time to break down the chart, it's not for you. And then another practice that I like to kind of talk about, nice cues. There we go. Another practice that, you know, it's a little bit hippie-ish, but it's called urge surfing. I do this, but it's like, instead of fighting or giving in to the impulse, you could picture the urge literally as a wave. I mean, I have a lot of ocean wave metaphors and analogies for some reason, but you breathe through it. You'll notice how the urge or the impulse peaks. You'll feel a heightened sense of impulsiveness, and then visualize that same wave naturally subsiding. Because it does, just like in any other feeling emotion that we have, it has a rise, peak, and then subsides. And that's something that you can, through mindfulness, be aware of. Because this instrument that we're trying to take advantage of right now is meant to make you feel that way and then act upon it. It does prey upon the impulsive, the people who do not have delayed gratification. So Is anybody's trading view alerts not going off right now?
Shit's hella laggy, bro.
It's hella laggy. I am about to send a message.
Yeah,
Your
I
boy,
missed
dude.
Schwab yesterday because of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to DM him, dude.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
about
pretty
to.
pissed about that.
Fuck.
I had to break out, and I told my buddy too. It was the buddy that I was teaching. I said, "Hey, I was gonna take it here, and my alert didn't go off."
I did, yeah. Same thing with snow this morning. Real quick with SMCI, although it is ripping extremely fast, and hold on one second. I'm pretty sure I have. Did I grab SMCI? No, I did not. No, I did not. Anyway, this could be the first step in this whole program, so don't get impulsive. But we would need to see price over $30. At that point, there is a pocket of empty space up to 30.80. But I do want people to remember we are here to swing trade. And if this does end up reclaiming the floor, this could make an acceptable, much more enthusiastic run up to 35.50 and potentially 40. I would say 35.50 is obviously more of a sure bet. So don't get too impulsive. This thing is naturally, gonna try to find a place to pull back. But if you're gonna take it, it was on your watch list or something, it's not going to leave you much time to actually set a stop loss. So you're going to have to find something like that, but it's going to be moving. It's moving extremely quickly right now. So. Yeah. So how many external factors, war, oil, interest rates, how can looking at the chart factor for these? I believe that very much so through evidence that institutions who have access to some of these decisions before they're even on paper, money or information is money. If you're a White House advisor, you could potentially get paid big fucking bucks to be passing information off. That being said, or the president's son, you could literally, and this is not a conspiracy theory, but we know that institutions actually have access to information on something that's even more front running than the Bloomberg terminal. There is a service provided to the ultra wealthy and the institutions like BlackRock, all these other things. My point here is that if these institutions know in advance they control the floats, they will control price. And you've heard like Kramer actually talk about how they manipulate the market in that way, where they will release good news, allow price to move out, pull it back down. They'll sell into these pops, cause price to cinch down, and then through empty space. And again, I say that, and I know it probably sounds far-fetched, but I believe that institutions build the setups. We just have to be able to see them because, and again, I have a massive amount of people who can vouch for me on this through many news events. I mean, we were in what was the KSS for what was for some people some of the biggest trades of their life. We were in that the day before. We were in SMCI when the CEO. You really don't think that they know that that is information that gets leaked? People take positions on it. That like just because we don't know it or we're not aware of it doesn't mean it's happening. That being said, I took SMCI off of the same pretense. You had empty space down below. You had extreme consolidation on both sides. And this is the reason that we took it to the upside as well. So anyway, I truly believe that institutions who we blame for manipulating things and hunting our orders and all that bullshit, they're not hunting your orders. You're just falling into the fucking trap. So anyway, that being said, the less I know, the better. The less I know, the less I have to mull over in my head about, because think about it, I'm not a fucking professional oil analyst. Should I be required that, or are there people like that already exist that do the job, right? And most of these people are probably in high high places, moving big money. So, yeah, we just saw, politicians and CEO have a secret chat called Dialogue. I just saw that yesterday.
Dude,
Pete,
same, bro.
yeah, so Peter Thiel. And that's not even the one that I'm referencing. But could you imagine the information that gets passed between those major companies? I would love to see that dude who gets invited to there to like a major chess. He's like one of the world chess grand champions. I would love to see if that guy invests, like what his returns are. That would actually be pretty interesting. So let's see here. By the way, snow did pop up and retest. So if you are holding any runners, look at the failure at the top of the box. The same bullshit little circle I just made right there. You are unable to reclaim it. So right now, any sort of upside is going to be reliant on price staying above that or getting above that. He's part of it, bro. Here's the proof. That's not me, dude. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's Harry Jotter. Epstein was invited in 2014 to that dialogue. That doesn't fucking surprise the shit. What do we expect? Schwab is moving very well right now. Back on that reversal. If anybody is in Schwab, keep an eye on this one. Curling back up. Very good.
Look at QCOM, giant green dingus there.
How's Meta? Still dying.
I was gonna say you took the short on the QQQ, and then they called out the Iran war.
I took a short on the Qs and then they. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, dude, and that's just like, I know that sounds like it's just like perfect timing and coincidence, but have that happen, once a month, twice a month on different things, maybe. But you can see, like it's kind of one of those things where it's like stick around and just watch, because there's been many, many times that we have been in the right place at the right time, simply just looking at a good setup. That's it, a good setup, a setup that is adherent to us. KSSS, when it squeezed out that first time, this was a perfect setup, right? We were looking for a break over that 961 to fill the empty space. We said our target when we took this trade was 1120 and maybe 1216. We woke up that morning and it was at 20. Didn't know. Had no idea. So, all right. What else? Anything? You said PLTR is moving. Fuck. I did say that looks short. I still think it does. I know that's really good empty space up there, but now this is the first. You are at that previous low, the last straw. It's here. Look, wick. Same spot, 125 psychological number. Anything underneath, you can get 120, 150, I believe. King 4X, nobody's doing that, dude. Nah, I don't like Kroger. Freddy Kroger. Cheesecake Factory. I mean, it's at all-time highs, brother. I'm not going to take that now, but awesome if you got that. I mean, Cheesecake Factory is getting some fucking good-ass publicity right now. You know what? You know what, though? How much y'all want to bet that we start seeing some of these American restaurants make their way to England and Japan and fucking all these other places? I was playing Hell Let Loose yesterday. Dude, I actually was almost crying laughing with this dude who's from Azerbaijan. I say that wrong every single time. But he like lived in Ukraine. He was like practicing his English. And he was like, so do Americans, like, do you just eat Krispy Kreme all day? And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, I don't know it. Do you do that? And I'm like, no, dude, we don't all just fucking eat donuts all day. Like, what the fuck? Kroger got to eat. First time I disagreed with Unk. If you're shorting it, I think I just looked at it like that because it's already dumped. I'm not really looking to short it any further, but if you're bouncing it, that could be possible. That was a great bounce. Actually, it already bounced pretty hard. America's stronger than ever. Flowing, oil is flowing. Hold on. Yeah, Trump is Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. America is safe, respected, and stronger than ever. Jobs are at record high. Affordability is returning. You're welcome. Thank you.
He must have been to the grocery store lately.
Yeah, brother. What the fuck?
He doesn't
Dude,
even know what groceries are.
That man hasn't been to a grocery store in ever,
I gotta go
probably.
shopping today. I'm fucking scared. It's gonna be like $600.
I'd be DoorDash or Instacart, and I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, Potter.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that to the delivery company, dude. They'd be pissed.
What's up?
I had a question for you, Potter, on Circle.
Mm-hmm.
This is just looking. I was using that little like date range thing because you know how you say some have patterns, and I kind of did one on this last like on 24 hour there, and it looks like every like 9 bars, I guess, on the 24, a move happens. Obviously, to the left, I still see that there's like empty space below, but also potentially above.
Were you here this morning?
Well, no, it's because my membership expired yesterday.
Oh shit!
And then I just got kicked out. I was like, dude, Potter kicked me out.
I don't ever kick anybody out. Just letting everybody know, I have nothing to do with that. Be mad at Ivy. Sorry, Ivy. I had to throw you on the bus on that. No, I'm just kidding. It's all Ivy's fault. She actually, she always messages me after, and she's like, yeah, that felt so good. And I'm like, Ivy, calm down. Stop.
Yeah,
I have to hold her back, dude.
So bad. I saw my email and I was like, oh shit, it expired. But I'm back in.
All right. No, you're good, man. I was just, yes. So we did discuss this one, but it's just the contracts that are the issue. Everything about this, your analysis is spot on. You know, $74, $75, $73. This is snow. This is, and I want everybody who is watching on TikTok and on YouTube to pay attention to this because it is simple. And if you go listen to professional stock, it's the simplicity. Same thing I did with snow, right? Juicy box is the same thing that I don't suspect. I know that Circle is likely going to break relatively soon. With empty space above or below, we have the opportunity to not even be married to a bias, rather just react to either side. So with that being said, if you break down, you don't have any other choice. If you decide that this is what you like, you're going to be targeting the empty space directly underneath you. You could potentially be targeting 65.50. With the current trajectory of the market, I believe down would be the most likely diagnosis, but you are on the floor now, and it's your job to gauge how price is responding, because its job now is to get over 82.87 to touch the top. So can I
wanted to thank you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I wanted to thank you is because a few weeks ago I mentioned this in the Discord about how like I felt like I was always getting in the wrong plays, or I would miss a play and I would chase it.
Yeah.
I started embracing that. I was like, if I miss a play, I started just looking at it and like seeing what you guys took, why you took it.
Yeah.
I have preserved myself so much more. Like I don't feel that anxiety or that upset if I miss a play. And
Let's
then when
go,
I
dude.
catch it, I'm like, okay, I did what I was supposed to do.
Let's go, dude.
I posted some of my gains last week because I took $25 and turned it into $500. And I mean, granted, I could size up the account, but I want to use a smaller amount to show and prove myself and train myself before I size up again.
Dude, fucking A. Dude, of course, bro. And thank you, because you put in that effort, man. Like it takes a good head on your shoulders to be able to take that and then make something like that happen, dude. That is, I mean, that's damn near foreplay talk, dude, at this point. That's beautiful. because that's exactly what I want people to do, is know that because this strategy provides those type of opportunities to take a little to a lot, it's a good time. Like if you feel like you're struggling, take a step back. You don't need a lot to make a little, or you don't need a whole lot to make a lot, you know? So, but that's awesome, man. That's really, really badass. And yeah, keep that going, because it only, now, I mean, you know, the more you practice that, the more nonchalant you get, because you understand and have the perspective to know that price is going to continue to do this kind of thing. And if you didn't get it this time, I didn't get to add to snow. And while I did feel very momentarily a little bit upset about that, just like I was telling you guys, I let that feeling rise to its peak. I felt it, and then I watched it subside and go away, because I understand that I'm going to do it again, that I just got through doing it a whole bunch for the last couple of months. So good job, man. Amazing.
And that's exactly what I told myself. Thank you. If there's another play, just sit back, wait, relax, learn what happened there, and just do it again.
That's my real chocolate right there, baby.
Yeah, I realized where I messed up in that process you just mentioned, Potter. You say you let the feeling rise, and then you take a step back, and I just full port.
Oh my god, dude. Oh,
That's why. Q's missing that.
Yep. Snow is.
Are you thinking that snow is done? I have like June 2nd 200s. I figured we would have more room to run down, especially after all that consolidation.
You're not wrong. Okay, but I did have, when I see this sort of thing, real quick, guys, I'm watching, this is that, oh, wow. So this is, there it is. Okay, perfect. So we're over that 735.50. The empty space has been filled. This is the greater detail that nobody else sees, right? Watch this. This is how we're going to find out if we're going to see new highs today. I'm on the 45-second chart. Exactly, right? Look, right here. Do you see this? Bam. That's what price is holding itself up on. So if it fails, where can it go? Here. So what do we want to see? We want to see price pop up. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't even hate it if it did come back down, but we want to see this one clear that overhead high. Just like that, baby. I'm actually giving it the wicks. Yeah, you got to give the wicks. Okay, so we got to tap immediately off of cost basis. If this one can come back and do it fast, bam, right there. Give me a big red candle. Then we have the real probability of shooting back up if that retest happens fast. If it doesn't, right, and it comes back, retest that empty space, and just fills the empty space, comes back down, then you may be looking at a lower high. So anyway. So if you're going through the YouTube and not sure how to size your account as a smaller one, how do you go about it? Obviously, I mean, one of the ways that I tell people to do this is to go to the YouTube videos, or even ask AI. You want, like, I legitimately, you can ask Gemini. That's what I wanted to see. Do you see it? So anyway, a lot of the times you can ask AI, tell it how much your account is, tell it the strategy that you're looking at, the risk to reward behind it, and it will tell you what your risk, or what your risk should be on each trade that you take. So that's one way to do it. You can also just use math and, you know, go with a standard, you know, risk to reward. How we looking today? Like triple witching. All right, faster. Faster. Atrazine. No. They're turning the freaking frogs gay. Roblox finally in open space. Hallelujah, dude. Good job, guys. If you cut, we're Roblox. Good job. I did not participate in this one, but that was a great trade. Great punchback. Little retest at the top of the box. You didn't lose anything, and today you expand up and out of there. You said you be chugging tap water? I don't even do that. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. You better go grow a damn third eye.
Bro, that Georgia tap water is terrible. That's why.
Yeah, it is terrible. It is terrible.
It's red.
Tap water is the best. You're just being a contradictorian. All right, so we got a pullback, retest, happened fast, so price was able to retest. Now, what I said about filling it up and then not being able to reclaim has to not happen here, or you're going to come down further and you're going to tap more. Frogman. I almost called Farm Man Frogman. Sorry, frogs on the mind. Amphibian-like behavior. Meta is curling. Back up. Just something to throw out there. Open same-day strangle on SMCI. Price is very reasonable. Not bad. Okay, not bad. Yeah, $30 is actually getting pushed over here. You have a $30.50 after that. Yo, Stelio?
Yeah.
Don't do that. I miss you, buddy. Sometimes I hold on to that little bear, dude, that you sent me. Smell it.
It's fire, bro.
It is. If you guys have ever seen this bear, where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. I really don't like that. Yeah, dude. If you're on TikTok, you look at this, and then you. That's pretty cool, dude. I love this thing. Oh, why is my music so loud? Sorry, guys. Lord have mercy. All right. Anybody look at anything they want me to take a look at? Because right now everything is meta is not going up. Yes, it's not. Not right now. That's why I'm not taking it yet. What do I see SPX going to do? I talked about this one this morning. It's actually just grazed 176 here, which might be enough. You might go ahead and be able to retest it, but I do think that SpaceX is about to go back up. It might actually happen here in the next 25, 30 minutes, but you're going to go retest that 185.92. So, all right. Why are you undressing the Teddy, Potter? Why are you calling me Potter, Peyton? What are you doing right now? Upstairs, probably shopping. Taking losses right now, guys. Taking losses.
Shopping and trolling you.
Trolling me? Yeah, my own wife trolls me, dude. My son trolls me, dude.
While trolling you is diabolical.
That's got to be some other guy's kink. I'll be honest with you. What are those dudes that just send hot chicks money just to know they did? Nobody else knows? Okay, apparently I'm there. It wasn't my fault that he offered me money, okay? Let's see, eBay. Box. Ivy, what are you finna trade? Are you better didn't you put money in your account? You know, we're doing that $100 account thing. I already have money. All right. Sorry, Ivy. Damn.
Yeah,
She said,
we were talking about that in study room. Are we gonna make like a sub page for that challenge?
think we just focus
Like
on
a
it all together. You know what I mean?
like a
Like,
host the plays.
I mean, as long as everybody's understanding that those aren't signals, but just recaps on what we just did. But if you want to, I feel like we have to operate within this $100 account the same way that we do every other one. I mean, I don't mind taking a week to focus on that. I'm stacked up right now, you know. I'll take a chance on $100 account. I'll take a chance on $100 account and give you a chance. All right, you better reword that, buddy. I'll give you a chance. How about that? It's a two-way street here, baby.
Bro, you just got mogged.
You know what? Don't mog. You know what? Mog these. All right. You come back and you hurt my feelings already. That's crazy.
Diabolical.
Yeah. Yo, Steelio. That's great. I'm up shorting SpaceX overnight. Oh, fuck yeah. Really quick over 737.75. This is where the Qs have the opportunity to make their first leg up and out up to this 739 target. If you have any Q calls, I got some ones that I swung overnight that are still holding their value. But that's where I kind of would like to take this to. Obviously 741, excuse me. The video popped.
Dude,
Yeah.
go back to your 45-second drawing on the cues. It was, I mean, almost like exactly what happened.
Oh, look at that. It's almost like the strategy works, my boy. We'll see if it clears this overhead high cleanly.
The lower time frame, so sweet watching it work.
That's one of my favorite places to teach. It's not necessarily where I want people to be trading. It's just where I want people to see that the strategy works, even in the most. Yeah, what's up, boss?
Hey, look at Norwegian Cruise Line, NCLH, on the 24.
That's my baby.
Oh shit! I see what you guys are doing. I see why you would do this. Yeah, that's my favorite thing is when I can immediately see why. Oh my god! Put that on a poster in the goon chamber.
And
That's
the contracts are cheap for times too, Potter. So just a heads up.
yeah.
If you trade on both sides. I like it to the
That's
side, but
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna throw this out there. It may be something that we just be pay. I mean, dude, this could be a great $100 account trade. But I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what.
Cheap too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what. You know what I want to happen? In fact, I can see it already. What's right here, guys? A gap. I want this to go down. We want this to fall the fuck down, retest, and then that's where we could really, I mean, dude, we could speculate for so fucking goddamn cheap. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, guys. But like we could speculate for so cheap, and target based and just have that sitting. Dude, I bet you we could spend $30 to $50 and still have a decent little position on that one. So keep that one on the radar.
With some time too, bro.
Yeah, with some time. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll add that one to the. I'll go ahead and start writing. I mean, you guys can go type that if you want in the small account channel just to put a watch list together. But yeah, NCLH will be the 100.
When I get home, so I'll look for some. You know,
Well, we can yeah. I mean, we could literally I think what we can do with this too is when we do hold study groups, or you guys do hold study groups, you can hit me up, but we can go over specifically looking at smaller account, you know, like even just going and like making sure that we're reviewing IWM because dude, IWM folks, if we can catch $100, we got $100 account and we have anything remotely close to what this looks like, which isn't going to happen for another week or two. But just throwing this out there, that would be, look, here, when do we get the most damn volatility, right? After these periods. This is why when people, Dude, this is why, honestly, if you're trading the IWM right now, come on. And I don't even care if you made money. I'm going to be honest with you. This is where, no. The 24 hour is the root of everything. And I know that there's lower time frame trades and all that other good stuff. And some of you guys are more than capable to do that. So, you know, do what you wish. But for the majority of you guys, this is the kind of shit that I don't want to be trading unless it's breaking down, which that'd be sick, but it's probably not going to happen. How long would I go out on NCLH? I want to make this abundantly clear. I am not in this yet, but I would love for this. Win this one if this one can come down. Oh fuck! It has a gap right now. Did you see that 21? And then it's all empty up here in 21. So I mean, I'll set an alert at the top, but it just doesn't make me feel good taking it like that with all these gaps and holes underneath you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna wait, but yeah, just keep this one on the watch list.
Yeah, I mean, it may go gap fill. It'd be kind of nice if it gap filled and punched down through its own box, but it's still a good. It's still a good setup. So yeah, we'll keep this one on the radar. Holy shit, dude! Look at the weekly. Wow. Damn, NCLH has been due for a damn fucking something. This, I mean, dude, if you haven't tapped your fucking support more times than, I mean, I would even give it the whole channel. Just give it that for now.
Yeah, dude. It looks good.
Yeah, we like that. All right, Qs are building, right? Qs did technically go and tap a new high. Now, on a 45-second box, that may be all you get. But we are, if you look at this on the one right here, we are building right off of that. Retested the box underneath us, so I'm kind of expecting to try for a new high here. There you go. There it is.
Goddamn market maker, I'm telling you.
It's not me. All right, we're trying for it. So now, again, what is above and what is below? There's never a wrong time to ask yourself that question. That's below. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that price maintains or stabilizes above that. But so far, it's already expanding very rapidly, as we expect when it enters empty space. So let's zoom out, because we don't need to be zoomed in anymore. Okay, well, that's not really empty, is it? But you did push. Okay, so you're pushing through the actual range. That's good. All right, so we're going to look at 738 here. Yeah, add that one to the watch list. Ooh, my live almost shut down on TikTok. I'm watching SMCI right now because I couldn't catch it earlier, but now that I said it was going to slow down around 30s, it's slowed down, so that'll give you an opportunity to set a stop loss. All right, tap, look at that. Jeez. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Oh, dude, oddly Eli. 620%, dude. Great job, man. Be proud of yourself. What is everybody on the TikTok and YouTube watching right now? What's your main squeeze? Yeah. Walmart. It's getting dumpy. Looks a little heavy right now. That looks good, dude. Over 275.16. That could be a good play. Not bad. Amazon. Amazon's holding its floor. Give it a moment. Man, that'd be sick. That's gonna be a great little day trade. That's gonna be a great little day trade. Lovin' SOXSXX. Oh, I love that one. When it's ripe. Yeah, all-time highs. Nice channel. Good punchback. Look at the momentary pause at the floor right there. Nice. Yeah, good punch. What are you at? You're at all-time highs. Yeah, that's my only weakness is all-time highs. Somehow I got booted from the live and now it's locked. It's locked. The fuck? Something happened? Tesla is now moving down to its 24-hour floor right here. This is actually where one would be speculating. Well, I guess it already has bounced, hasn't it? Oh, shit. Okay. Yep. Well, off of this bounce, this one, huh?
I'm ruined.
You're Wait, did you have SpaceX IPO shares, pre-IPO shares?
I did not, but Tesla is actually largely invested, so it's kind of a unrealized exposure.
Okay. That happens to me all the time sometimes. Shower with the window open in the bathroom. Oh no, I forgot. Same thing. Looking for a sled user? A sled user? Damn, you did not respond to that Tesla floor at all. So next one is 386. And then that may lead, you do have a gap down there at 378. So sometimes before a long weekend, you'll see a sell off, but missed my notification on snow. You're actually not alone, dude. All of us did. I did not have my alert. Well, I don't know if anybody else's alert went off, but mine did not. I had alerts on snow, and I had alerts on a couple of other things.
Mine went off, and it was already freaking at
gone. Yeah,
12.
yeah.
I'm like, what?
I caught it with speculative positions that I grabbed earlier in the week, and I mean, honestly, this is I could be done for the day. That was awesome. I should have trimmed a little bit heavier off of a 220, but I got a good trim on a pullback, so I'm happy with it. But they are weeklies, so I can't really fuck around and hold them too long. If it bounces that hard off of a 24-hour floor, it just means it's gonna keep chopping. What the fuck?
Hey, Potter. Good morning. The snow bounce that happened today, what was the level that you had? What was that? What did it wick off? That that wick that happened.
What is that off of?
Yeah.
I had that as a kind of like a minor between point A and point B, like an imbalance. But more importantly, this was actually a channel target that I had as well. If you go look back on the 4-hour, you'll actually see where price bounced off of, which is basically these over previous boxes, right? The top, not the top of that one, but the top of this one right here, and what was your old cost basis. So it may even be momentary, right? But it is, yeah, the first Trump tweeted.
In the study room, we were looking at the 50% of that 1 hour candle that it left. So I think it was like 215 or something. I can't remember. Raymond, if you remember the level, but we were expecting it to go up and then come down, right? Like get that, like a flush down that happens and then happen. But I think now it's being at the opposite, going down and then probably go up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean this, and now, I mean, that's what I have in the cards is I'm potentially looking at this one shooting back up.
Yeah.
What's up, sexy glasses lady? Can you tell me that my books are late? Can you say, Potter, your books are overdue? What? Oh my God, that sounded a little scary. I know it's not going to work until we disable the. You want the iPad? Jesus Christ, Coco. Dude, Coco just fucking bum rushed Rogue and almost knocked her out of my hands. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about you guys. I was talking to my wife. My wife. Yo, he said AMD accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, that's good. Wow, I saw that. Potter stays after class all the time. All right. I want it told.
Do you watch the Protect Our Parks podcast?
Not regularly, but I do know what that what that podcast is. Yeah.
I just asked because my wife, they do that all the time. Shane Gillis does that shit.
Oh, that's no, that's from Bo Rat, or yeah.
I know. They're mimicking it from that, and they do
There,
it with like every word that ends like that.
there is a Potter Street in my neighborhood. Gino, I'm sending you a message psychically right now. Do you hear me? You know what to do.
Still the same.
We all were thinking that.
We'll get you the workshop or something. I'll make it worth your while. Yeah, Simba.
Just put a freaking yellow vest on and take it down. No one will even question you.
911. Do I trade the news, for example, Intel since Trump's tweet? No, man, I don't. Like if it's at all-time highs, that's against my rules, so I don't trade it there. But I just take good setups and news comes in. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That was INTC too. We took INTC. Well, I'm looking at it right now. What the fuck am I doing? We took INTC. What was it down here? Yeah. Yeah, down here in the fucking low lows, and looking for 4180. Man, I should have fucking held.
Dude, I got rid of all my equity when they.
I got rid of it all too, man. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, dude. That's fucked up, man. For swing trades, what time frame do you recommend for the best results? 3 to 4 weeks or 1 to 2 months out? It all depends on the setup itself. But generally, you want to have 25 days of cushion before that strike is hit if you're going 1 to 2 months out. But for time frames, the weekly and the 24-hour time frame are always going to be the best time frames. So, yeah. Is everybody being safe right now? I hope everybody is being safe. If your trade is moving, awesome. If it's not, remember what I told you this morning about that impulsiveness. Make sure you know what is above and what is below. What does it have to reclaim in order to go up? If you don't know what that is, you shouldn't be trading. You should be learning a strategy. Has QQQ fizzled out? I don't really think it's fizzled out. This is triple witching, slow price action. I mean, this is kind of what you can expect. Actually, this is so reminiscent of some of the triple witchings and quad witchings that I've traded, where price will, you're getting these wide fluctuations, right? But it's just burning. You're not, unless you are top and bottom ticking, which honestly, it's not even really worth it, because I'm gonna tell you right now, a pullback like this is gonna eat the shit out of your contracts on a day like today. We, again, folks, are focused primarily, and I will say that above that 737, that's a decent little trade there. But ultimately, this is really shitty upside price action. So I hope everybody in here is at least, and I'm telling you guys right now, that's one thing that I've seen over the last couple of years start to really pay off for a lot of people in the Discord, is them being that impulsiveness starting to subside, and them knowing that they can feel however they want, but there needs to be a good setup in front of them. Period. You said NCLH might move. It actually might move up to that gap that I found on the hourly there. So I mean, if you wanted to trade that with next week's contracts 2107, and then I mean maybe you leave some runners, this would really, again, stop losses are always my main priority, and I can't not get into something just strictly because of fear. But if you set a stop loss on the 2075 area with a great expiration, and I mean You could set a stop loss technically at 2062 if you decided to get in right now. Or the 50% of it, 2060. Do you worry about delta or just buy the strike price that you're targeting? Actually, I don't worry about delta. The only time that I'm worrying about okay, so let me explain my reason for not hyper fixating on delta, because one of the reasons that most traders hyper fixate on delta is because delta is supposed to give them a calculation or percentage chance of what the likelihood of that contract is going to end up in the money. That's not a strategy. That's not adherent to the chart. That has nothing to fucking do with me. So with that being said, I know that even sometimes the illiquid contracts that hold little to no delta will rapidly be provided with that. SMCI is trying to punch back on the 2-minute here.
Snow sucked back up in that box.
Yep, and that might be exactly what we there's that empty space getting filled rapidly. One big green candle right there. Can I take a look at Google? Yeah. I hate Google. Did I ever say that before? I feel like I've said that before. I just hate Google. Just hate it. I'm gonna be honest, trading conditions should be very difficult right now. I would assume that they are. Because you are in a range. Now, in the next coming couple of weeks, I mean, dude, you could probably straddle this shit. But you have exactly what you had over here. A great amount of consolidation. So I suspect that Google will be looking at a break. I mean, right now, I would say that, this is easy, but it's 380, 250 directly up above you, and then down below, you've already hit the target. So, I mean, I could assume 340 and 380 be two targets, but you just need to be on the right side of that break. You want to buy calls, Denver. Selling calls is using your collateral or your shares as collateral while you sell the premium of the actual contract. So it's like a fixed guarantee amount if that play works out in your favor. But if it doesn't, Diddy oil. Give me the shares. MSDR. $110.45. First. 265 for snow next week are reasonably cheap compared to the ones around it. So, real quick, yes, if this one can punch through, this could be a great upside trade, and the 265 area would be a pretty decent strike. One thing that needs to happen, so if you take that, you have to be well aware that you are going to have to keep a great stop loss, and you're also going to have to consider the volume or structure above could make price moving through it a little bit more difficult. So. Every time Manny gets a bunch of money, he just buys Pokemon cards. Volatility should ease and push. Yeah, I guess you're right. I appreciate you guys been trying to get in the stock market, but had no real guidance. I'm right here, Denver. Volatility should ease up and push most everything up. Increase or decrease? My bag on snow is secured, so I'm chilling. That looks like it's got some great empty space. A 24-hour looks like hot dog water, but the 4-hour seems a little bit more easily navigatable. Okay, so first stop is candle close outside or up against 61.32, right, or 61. Second step or target is going to be 63. You have empty space leading you all the way to 66. It's not a box, it is a range. And then at that point, you would be basically, yeah, 66 would be needed to be broken to access the remainder of that empty space, which I would say that this is definitely more interesting here to potentially go and hit that overhead resistance. So at the same time, if this one was to fail, right, you actually have a gap down below and a box underneath you. You could be looking at $50, $49. So yeah, the yearly and the PBS workshop is 35% off right now for Father's Day. Ooh, that one punched back, hit a new high, hit the first resistance, major, and died. That's not good. So focus on this. I would say right now, you're obviously bouncing off of a floor, but this, okay, so you're looking at this at a longer play. No, this is something I had somebody ask me, would I ever look at fundamentals or would I ever look at like the company? I might look at the company. I would want to know what the fuck this is because Flutter, whatever it may be, obviously had a serious catalyst that drove price down rapidly and has continued to do so week after week after week. And now that it's hit its previous lows, right? This is where most stocks are going to fluctuate. That being said, it's going to be over 114. That has to be broken. So, but it could be interesting with all that empty space if you have a good fundamental reason. The latest thing I sent Potter, I was drunk. Oh. OPCH. How we feeling right here? Let me see.
Do you think our Q's move from this morning still valid, or all the chop kind of?
It's too much shot. I mean, if you, yeah, you know what? For next quad witching, just future reference, you might need to grab contracts that expire in the next week. I'm just, everybody should be trading these ETFs with extremely low risk. Couple contracts at most, but
That's what I've been doing. 30%
yeah,
here, 40%
yeah,
there,
just and
swapping the
that's
range.
yeah. So if you're doing that, you know, and you're maintaining your risk, that's fine. I think this inevitably will build to what could be a triple witching pop towards the end of the day with a very clear target of 741, but I'm gonna leave it at that. So quad witching is basically where contracts across the futures, options, stock, futures, markets all expire. Monthlies all expire at once, so you have a lot of people exercising these contracts, utilizing these contracts, ditching these contracts. So this adds to you have market makers and institutions utilizing their contracts to fill positions. So yeah, these things are all can oftentimes add to volatility. But actually, the last hour of the day, which this is might be what we're building for, the last hour of the day is technically triple witching, right? We're just in the day that it happens, but that last hour is triple witching. So as we get closer to 2 o'clock, it's 10:45 right now, 1:30, 1 o'clock, maybe we start seeing a little bit of a pickup there. That's my first instinct.
Institutions have to exercise by like 3:30.
Yeah. I don't really see a great setup on Costco, just a leg down into some empty space with a little bit of structure here. So box underneath you, you've kind of tapped right around that. So this isn't anything that screams any sort of play to me at the moment, other than you would Yeah, I'm sorry, in these type of setups where you're in between two things happening, like I can't tell you more downside. You just bounced off of 749, which is the only support that you have. And this also creates the potential for a higher low, right? You have now empty space directly up above you. And I will say that this channel right here is pretty adherent to the channel I just applied, or excuse me, the points of contact are adherent to the channel. So there is a potential factor. This is your job right now, is to be gauging how we bounce and what we can recover. If you can recover 961, you can see continuation of the upside. Beans, yes. Do you remember us talking about snow? I caught snow to the downside this morning, off of a speculative swing. I wasn't able to add. Meta, IWM. We also saw Schwab. Celsius did work out for a moment. It was 150% on that one. It's actually looking really good now, pulling back and retesting. So that one still may be a candidate going into next week. Come here, Brogy. Meow. I do remember writing down snow. Yeah. Oh, my bad, TikTok. My bad, cuh. You got it, cuh. I've been watching these stupid, not like watching them. I'll like watch like 30 seconds of them. It's like AI videos of like fruit cheating on each other. Just fucking die. I'm holding cue calls right now, guys. So that's all I got. They are for today, but I swung them overnight. God damn, Stelio. Well, that's awesome. You see the AI fruit? Yeah, the AI fruit cuh videos. Yes, those and the fucking ones where they're cheating on each other. I actually opened my TikTok like about 15 minutes ago. I've just left it up because I've like my jaw dropped looking at it. It's a video, and the video says part 1 of how my ex died having a schmorgy with his son and 3 females. I'm not even lying. It's right there. I every time I open this app, dude, something takes me. Yeah. Marvel, I bought Marvel on the 17th out on a whim. It's up $300. No shit, dude. Nice job. Oh my god. Yeah. Nice build. Nice break. Use. Come on. Get up yonder. I was just doing a Q&A, guys. That's it. Yeah, just a Q&A. Yeah, that's it. I was gonna. Yeah, I know. My bad. Real quick, guys. I am noticing really quickly there's no structure underneath us on the 2-minute. Really, even on the 1-minute, we do have 3 taps here at the highs. So if you are long, you can speculate on a rejection or something of that nature. 1 second. Or more chop. I'm gonna be honest with you. More chop is likely if it's unable to break this high. And again, waiting for quad pitching. They may. They may. It's great. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So. Yeah. Can you explain more in depth the role of boxes that have been used already? I understand that most recent price action is what we look at, but I still see price respecting or reacting off of those boxes still used. Naturally, they would, right? Because if you build a box, then you pop out and you pull back and retest, and then you retest that box and build a new one, right? Is the bottom of your box the top of the old one? It is. Is that box still going to offer the signal of continuation to the downside? No. That's the whole point, is a undisturbed box that has lost its floor or its ceiling without breaking out of that range, then moving and reclaiming and pushing through it. That is a special dynamic where you are taking the volume held within inside of the box and you are distributing it through the empty space above. Once that volume has been distributed, it's no longer, it's an empty shell of what it once was. Therefore, its skeleton, its bones, right, the top, the median, and the bottom will still be respected as price builds around it, creating new structure, which means that we focus on the most recent price action that has adhered to that structure that it previously broke out from. So we're not always, or we're not reusing those boxes unless they're still relevant. If they're still and I don't mean relevancy as in reaction, but I mean relevancy as in how many times have you passed through that box, you know? So SMCI is holding new highs right now, still sitting at 30.20, but moving like pond water. Fucking Meta, that one's not looking good at all. Looks like it wants to come all the way back down right now. So, what about Hood, cuh? I bet you I can make one of those. Yo, I should make cuh AI. Never mind. I'm not gonna give that idea away. The name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen the music. Okay. Oh, no shit. Oh shit. Send me the link. I'll check it out. Cuh.
She is tripping. You're embarrassing me, cuz. Put the phone down. Oh, no, but Dad, why I gotta do this, cuz? Man, shut the fuck up. Hold still, cuz. Nobody giving a damn.
That's all AI. Yeah, Damian Marley. I have some of his albums. I have I like Damian Marley. You're gonna leave. Oh man. That's my AI videos. It's funny. All right, if you are in SMCI, we are moving nice, actually. It's kind of nice to see this one kind of pushing through the bullshit right now. That's funny. Are we is Caesar here? Caesar salad? Oh yeah, there he is. Are you guys gonna start this in July or just start it now or soon? Okay. was gonna say I already loaded up $100 on the Weeble or whatever. I mean, let's look and see if there's any setups that are clear. We'll do that. Full. I always aim for 5 bands. That's what I would like to aim for. Did I see what? Where'd you post that? Oh, did you? See this bad boy. I mean, dude, that's just I really don't even think sports betting gives people like the same oh, I see that. $2 to $180. You're up 8,500% on the week. That's crazy. Starting low cap challenge. I'm not gonna call it a challenge, man. We're just gonna see if we can turn $100 into I mean, we're gonna try to. That's not something we're just gonna do our thing. We're just gonna do what we usually do, except we're gonna be catering to lower price contracts. The first couple of trades are gonna need to be perfect. They're gonna need to be clear setups. I will wait a week for. I will not touch IWM, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. So like in the next week, right? What do we want from IWM? We want the worst trading conditions possible. Worst trading conditions possible. We want that or that. If we can get that, then we have, I mean, fuck, dude, we could we could go out to the end of the week and grab contracts on both sides of the trade, probably still fucking make money. But that being said, we're going to obviously, if we're going to trade any ETFs, it's going to be ETFs that are clearly in boxes. I am only with this $100 account going to be targeting things that look like that. Or for one that hasn't broken and probably will not be taken, circle. I think if we stick to that regimen of focusing purely on tight consolidation, then we should have a higher probability of, even if we hedge, right? We take a main position, grab one contract in opposition, doesn't work out, we still have the opportunity to make a lot of money because that expansion out of the contraction is typically going to be decently long-winded. Hell yeah, brother. Let me save that. No, you're good. You're good. What's up? I don't mind, but I just want to be absolutely certain that everybody is well aware that if you like, okay, so if we talk about this in after hours, for sure, right? We obviously want people who are not in that study group to be able to know what we talked about. At the same time, everybody has to be aware that these are not signals, right? That if we talk about them, and we may be already in them. So you can't just look at what we've taken and just buy it. As long as you know that, that's fine. So everybody has to be responsible for their own actions when it comes to what you're reading and when it was said. All right. And if you can go and look and listen, this could be a really good opportunity. Win or lose, right? $100 is gone, or it goes to $5,000 or something bigger, right? This could be a great opportunity for me to share and for you guys to also get better or refine patience, right? waiting for the ones that look right, and building a good watch list. Because one of my, I don't want to call it secret pet peeves, is all of the hot dog water charts that you guys are seriously looking at. Like, it's like, let me give you guys an example, okay? And I don't take this personal, all right? We can't. This is just critique. Walmart pops up, has no box, no punchback that offers it the catalyst that is needing. This is getting down to the brass tacks of what we're actually looking for. It consolidates when it meets that. It consolidates when it meets this extremely small, insignificant wall that is keeping us from moving into this empty space. It's not coming out of major consolidation. It's coming out of top-heavy consolidation, where price has popped up on a skinny leg and got fat. It's hard to push yourself when you have one leg and you're 600 pounds. I don't know that for sure, but putting myself in those situations mentally, it seems tough. So that being said, this is a setup that may fit the empty space criteria, but wouldn't it be much better if it was down here, empty space filled, sideways, and then able to use the catalyst it's placed, or boxes it's placed in front of it, as benchmarks for continuation? So that's a setup that is not coming out of consolidation. There's no tent now, and I know you guys are going to say, well, it's building here. No, that's called struggling. You're trying to go up. You're struggling. So the $100 account is going to be, I'm going to be inside of the Discord doing that. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys on Discord or on TikTok and YouTube will hear us discussing certain trades and stuff like that, but we got a lot of new people in here, by the way, and I just want to say that this to all of you who are new: closed mouths don't get fed. If you are in here, make sure that if you have a question, you don't bite your tongue because you're embarrassed or nervous to hear or have all these people hear your voice. All right. There's people in here with the most ridiculous names. Most of them don't have their real name as their name. And nobody knows who you are. There's still a level of anonymity, or what, I can never say that word, that is still here. But make sure if you have questions, if you are, this Discord is its primary focus is you becoming independent traders and fostering the environment that allows for that to happen. So if you aren't asking questions, that environment can't foster. How much is the course and what does it come in it? I prefer if you call it a workshop. It's the same thing, but it just makes me, the word course is so dirty. It's such a dirty thing. I don't even know what the difference is, I guess. Workshop. I think workshops are live. Okay, so maybe it is accurately named. Anyway, it's the base level is $500. It is a breakdown from point A, from candlesticks to brokerages to, I mean, your basic concepts, channels, option contracts, to digging in deeply to the box, how to find it, how to trade it, expirations, contracts, picking target-based contracts, entering on these things. All of these things are discussed. So it's a full navigation from point A to point B. And then at that point, you will then have the tool belt with the tools, but then you'll have to start using those tools with the study group as extra refinement. That's your last time ever posting that GIF, Boo. That is the grossest thing I've ever had the pleasure of watching. That man turned a hot dog into a straw, and not even a good hot dog. Bad one. I haven't found a setup in 1 month on my own yet. That is what I'm trying to help people do, my friend, to find these setups. But with that being said, I think we should save our energy, folks. Walmart does look like it might be getting heavier. This might be the spill. This is fourth time at the bottom here. Keep your eyes peeled on another leg down if anybody's taking this one short. Ooh, yeah, okay, all right. Meta's starting to curl up too. How are we doing on QQQ? Struggling. Sorry about the Julian situation this morning. I got heated. Yeah, but that was, you guys saw what happened there. I really do resonate with people coming that troll me. I'm a troll. I'm a troll at heart. I can't go a single day without scrolling on TikTok and seeing some broccoli-headed dork with 1,900 different affiliate codes trading by his, you know, Minecraft bed. I just can't help myself. It's one of my flaws. I'm only a man. I'm trying to do better. But yeah. Is the workshop a one-on-one or group style or online reading? So it is, and I say these things and then I scroll away. I just scroll away. I just drop a grenade in the room and I close the door and I leave. So I'm not even trying to do better. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Well, they also respond like to the rage bait so good, and it just fuels the inner troll inside of me. Boo, how are you listening to something called Anna Hathaway? Is that the name of the song? Wait, she sung a song? Oh, that's right, for Les Miserables. I don't know why I always see your music pop up while you're listening to. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he went and yeah, I do remember that shit. I did. I was like, yo, why are we playing Dolphin Simulator for fucking 3 days straight, dude? What? Yep, yep. We've had some people come in here, man, and it's like during oh man. So what it's a good story while we sit here and watch this chop. I had a guy anybody remember his name? What was it? It's on the tip of my tongue. He came in and he like at first he was all like, you know, like where do I catch the plays? And I'm like, we're trying to help you become an independent trader type shit, you know, whatever. I can hear his name in my head. I just can't figure out what it is. But so he joins. About a weekend, we're in a meta trade and his mic lights up or his he types in the chat, but it's not him, it's his wife. And he says, hey, I'm watching the charts for my husband. I don't think anything of it because, you know, maybe once or twice every, you know, a year, that's fine. And if your wife maybe knows what's happening, his wife had no idea what the fuck she was looking at. She didn't know what a candlestick was, nothing. So I'm like, well, what is this dude doing? Fast forward a week. It's already happened another 3 or 4 times. His wife is asking, what do I do? He's losing money. So I go and I look at his screen name and it says he's playing fucking Call of Duty for 6 hours since 4:30 in the morning. I asked her, I said, what is he doing right now? She said he's in the other room playing games. This dude has the fucking audacity. He loses his money, all of it. I mean, dude, he just blows his fucking account. His wife's like upset too, because she's like, I thought this was you're gonna be rich. Like, and he was like, oh, this is no brainer. Apparently he had been watching me on TikTok and he saw us catch like 4 or 5 trades in a row, and he's like, you know, this dude's fucking crazy with it. Anyway, he hops on live and he starts fucking yelling at me. He was like, as soon as I fucking take this trade, red candle. And I'm like, and I remember the exact trade that he took it on. He took the trade 15 minutes after we all took it, gets on, and then has his wife watch it, and then comes back to instant red because it hit the resistance that we had just talked about. Never came back to our entry, bounced, and then just kept continuing going higher. This rage baited him into losing it even more. So I ended up booting his ass out, but like it was a hilarious crash out. It was honestly one for the books. trying to remember. I can literally hear. There's some OGs in here who probably remember his. Anybody remember this guy? I can't. What was it? I can't either, and it's like on the tip. Can't remember his name. Let's see if we can break here, guys. We actually did hold that previous high. We've seen some tech stocks kind of move up. I don't give a shit about this channel. Break it. The last point of contact candle close is here at 739.21. Then the rest of it should be empty. Probably thinks trading is gambling now. Where is that lady that made 200 or 100 or 200K? She right here. She's in here. I think she might be doing something else. I think she made more. I think she made like what 300 or something like that. The next, like after I went on vacation, I saw her post some crazy fucking another crazy game. It might have been the cumulative game from the last trade, but no, not Turtle Man. Turtlicious? No, but dude, boy, Turtlicious had a lot of life stuff going on, man. A lot of life stuff going on. Not Cade. Cade just said he was in every single trade. Every single fucking trade. He was in 900 different trades. And then all of a sudden, one of them would start ripping like 6 months after he talked about it and be like, "Oh shit, I'm up." One of the times that I caught him was one person bought the same position as him and told me about it. I think they told me about it afterwards too. But one person bought the same position as him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I bought these calls last week, and they just hit 1200%." He had the same calls; they were fucking 99% in the red. Same position, same calls, nothing. Good God. Made a half a milli. Do you think I scammed her, dude? I scammed the shit out of her, bro. Might be something. Yeah, she's going in the scam hall of fame, dude. Anybody else trying to get scammed? Just keep watching. Don't buy it yet. See, I'm explaining how I scam, right? I help you make money and understand my strategies, simple concepts. Then when you make money, you buy my workshop. Boom, scammed. Didn't even see it coming. Then you continue to make money that I can't capitalize off of. Boom, scammed again. Yeah. I'm available for a scam today. Yeah, what's up? It's got to move through the structure that's directly above it. You've got one node. I don't know why I keep calling them nodes. I just like that word. But 240, 214. And I think at that point, if you can get... So the space in between the place you broke from, if you don't have enough to grab hold and start rock climbing, this will make for a decent space for you to build into if we end up if you don't have it now, then it may be that sideways action price action here that builds you up for it. Kind of looks, I'm just going to make a quick prediction here, that, and it is a long weekend, so I guess a lot of failure could eventually just lead to this completely reversing. But it does seem like it is in the cards at some point today for tech in general to pop hard and go up to 245 on that. Because I see, when I see similar setups, right? If you look at the Amazon, so look at Amazon right there, and then look at the Qs, right? Same pocket, same concept, just slightly different. So I do think it can. I message you for some. Huh? Oli? I just doing a little pulse check here. How is everybody doing? Okay? Nobody's being impulsive, losing money, I hope. Buying a bunch of fucking weekly contracts and watching them fucking chop up and down. That couldn't be you, right? Couldn't be. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's what makes you want to stick your hand in the blender again. I swear to God, if this is going up. Okay, no. Good bounce, though. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. That's a good start. Caesar, 754%, dude. Snow is going to do the opposite of meta. The manipulation down and rip up. Meta did the exact opposite. Oh, the manipulation, the move up and then down. I don't know. I already caught Snow, so I'm a happy camper. I would love for it to go and punch back and go fill the empty space and maintain and keep this channel. I may and will likely consider taking a position on this one for sure over 235.50 or 236.75 to be exact. But there is pockets of empty space up there and up here, so could be pretty sweet if it can do it right. $8 to 52 cents. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Good or shit? Good to me. Empty spaces marked out, boxes marked out, floors getting reclaimed. Good channel, at least from what I can tell. Yeah, everything looks good, Tom Tom. Tom Tom. Tung Tung Sahor. Tung 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 Tung. Monka. Can I check the 1 week on the cues? Ah, it's just in range, my friend. It's at the top of said range, so if we're going to see a breakout, we'd like to see a green candle outside of 740. Oh, yeah, Boo, I remember that too. Yeah, the trades are always better than mine. And then not only were they better than mine, but they were every single time I would talk about one of my winners or like the group is all winning and he'd just be like, well, I got this and that. You look my form. But yeah. Papa Jr. is about to lose his Nagla. Not gas. The fuck is happening? It's nuts. Oh. Oh, I thought nuts. Hey Potter, what is your first name? Garrett. Why? You the feds? I'm just kidding. Donald. Good morning, buddy. Huh? You might have to charge it more, but don't hit for. Yeah, what's up, boss? Yeah, I had contracts for Snow's downside. What's up, boss? Why was I unclothing my bear? I just wanted people to see it without it. Get out of here. You're so weird. Yuli, what's up? What's up? Huh? All right, let's talk about it. Okay. I want you to tell me on the 4 hour, what's the first thing you notice about this candle in particular? That's where it opened today. Where is it? No, not what it's already done. Where did it open? Remember, the top of a red candle is the open price. So that's actually technically. So what's this? Tap, tap, hold, tap, tap, tap. What's that? Don't overthink it. It's exactly what you think it is. Starts with an F. Floor? You got it. Brain farting. Listen. So what are we opening underneath? That's right. And when we do not have a floor to bounce off of, and we're below what kept price up, then what do we expect? Right? The orders, sell orders, we're going to go and find that volume. So now, yesterday, one of the things that we can also come to a conclusion is that when we did bounce off the floor, we were unable to recover anything. And yes, we did not close at that floor, right? But today did provide a very quick opportunity to trade it down. Now, I swung this one because I believed that after the basically third, fourth tap at the top, and the fact that we had just hit the floor and then not responded, seeing that these contracts were $12 and $14 for 220s and stuff like that, those seemed like worth to add that to the position that I already had that was already kind of getting eaten alive. So it was a preferred swing, but yes, a potential entry this morning. It just obviously was something that you had to be very quick on. So if you, and sometimes when that happens, man, it's not necessarily like you need to refine something. You may need to have hotkeys, but outside of that, dude, it's really I'm chalk it up to the game, keep it pushing, because that if you weren't able to catch this because it was moving too fast, it makes sense. If you do not have a brokerage on your PC or laptop that you can access these things very quickly via hotkeys, it only makes it that much harder. So understandable if you missed it. A lot of people did. But it was a setup that we talked about this morning, and I believe Nunya or Sam, I think it was Sam, actually asked me, because she got this, why I thought it couldn't go down, but I hadn't elaborated previously that that is what I thought could happen based on the fact that it opened below on the 24-hour. I can't really find the floor, right? That's honest analysis. I can't find it, but on the 4-hour I can see it very clearly. So when I see that price is opened under it, right, on the 4-hour, or is clearly underneath that on the 4, then what is there to hold us up? Wicks, and that's it. And that's actually where the 4-hour candle is trying to hold this price at the moment. So have I looked at Amazon recently? We got some people on Amazon right now. Yep, there it is. That's the only node that I had for you guys. Now it's 245.50. Watch SMCI. Potter just DM'd you some fire on brain rot. Enjoy some nice Mickeys or OE40. Gang gang, I appreciate you, My wife's having a baby, Hey, you want the plug? Are you into street level? I don't know if you know this, son, but I'm the plug. Really, All right, get out of my office, Oh, what's up, Nunya? The number of times I try to move your charts. Are you serious? You try to... That's mad funny. You said that I tried to move your charts. Yo, don't hate on Mickey's wide mouth bottles. Why'd you specify on the wide mouth part of it? Anyway, I would be able to enter Amazon after hours. Nope. Nope. Right now, Amazon needs to get over one thing, and it's 243. The yearly and the 6-month workshop are all on sale for Father's Day. So if you are looking to learn this strategy, if you're a monthly member inside of the Discord, like what you see, take advantage of it. Oui. Yes, foot picks. They get distributed monthly on the 29th. Like rent. Dragging here, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you absolutely can. You have to download the app on your phone. You know what I think is awesome? That in Spanish, feet are pies. Spelled the same way. Pies bonitos. Right, Junior? Or dedos de pie sexys? Or tienes pies muy bonitos. Holy shit. Yo, Amazon is gripping leather right now. All right, everybody, for the $100 account, full port Amazon. Oh, shit. Dude, he should. I would assume he's already at 1,000, right? ES, pronounced PS. Wait, the pies. Oh, PS bonitos. So dedos pie del pies sexy. PS, yeah. Dedos sexy, but this one is dedos del pies. Yes, so it's sexy toes. And then tienes pies muy bonitos is you have very beautiful feet. See, this is the educational content that you're not going to get anywhere else except for Simple Stacks Investments, where bilingual traders meet to show their feet. All right, I'm done. Do you survive in trading without any other income? Yes. Dude, my Discord has gone through periods, months, where it's made not even enough to pay my employees. And I'm still telling people not to buy my shit. Because at the end of the day, this works if I provide good value. If it can become a side thing if I provide the value that I say I can. Which is, I'd rather have that. But no, I mean, my ability to stack, if I didn't make anything, even trading this month or on Discord, I would still be able to live off of some of my dividends. I could sell some things off and pull money out of that. Like, I got cushion. I've got cushion. I got like a financial BBL, if you will. I'm sitting on something. Something thick. No, dude. The city blocked it. No, I know about that, dude. Kind of, yeah, no. We have an Aldi's, but I don't go to Aldi's. Counting that as my Duolingo lesson for the day, Lauren. What? What, Amazon? Are you so busy that if an alert went off before your stop loss, you couldn't just get out? Or do you just not trust that yet? Because I'm going to tell you right now, dude, yeah. I've noticed that a lot, man, with you, which is not your fault, right? It's not your fault, but there is a level, man, of trust with this. Like I'm not one to tell you, like, if you can't look at all, like, that sucks. But if like, let's do this for real, right? And like, let's say I decided to get in off of this bounce right here, off of 238.98. I know, right, that I wanted an alert set here, right? I got the bounce, so if it breaks down, I'm not bleeding too bad, I can get out. And then the same thing goes with every single thing that you break. So if you have the ability, even if you took it this morning and you said, all right, we got the floor, brother, you got to let that motherfucker cook. Because if you took it because you saw more, but then get busy, if it's something that is not so busy that you can't have an alert set on, yeah, that the overhead high. So then you know there are certain bits of information that are going to allow for you to maintain and hold your positions. I will walk away if I know that I'm well above my entry and everything is going as it should, but there's no need, there's no difference between me sitting here and me being across the hall because price is doing what it's supposed to do. All that being said, I totally understand. And if that is always going to be the safest measure, if you can't watch, you shouldn't trade. But if you can, right? If you have the kind, I've had this kind of job too, where it's like if your phone's in your pocket and you have your brokerage up and your alerts come through as they should, then you would know, okay, time to scram. Other than that, I'd say wear fucking Apple glasses to work. That's the only alternative. Yeah. It'll be just. Walk me through the moment where you sold those contracts because it's at 100%. That sounds like it was a variable on the decision-making process. That sounds like you also saw 100% and you were like, I'm walking away, so I don't want to lose this, right? Kind of like a scarcity type mindset. Mhm. So if it looks like, although that is another thing I just heard you say, if it looked like it didn't want to, right? This is exactly what something does when it does want to. I'm just going to challenge you on that one because when price moves up, right? What do we look? It's price. Okay, this is a good lesson. If price is going to be rejected, there's heavy orders sitting there. Price pops up, price slams down, right? We look for this sort of characteristic inside of boxes, right? To tell the difference because when you head up and you don't react the same way, you don't immediately get pulled back down. Those orders are not sitting there, or there were buy orders directly underneath you, right? So that when that rejection did happen, it was bought right back up. That is a characteristic of something that has strength, not weakness. Rejections happen typically pretty quickly, right? When it hits something, you see that candle leg down, it moves, quick retest, and then we fade down through typically empty space. So, but this is good. It's good that you're talking. This is what I want you to do is to obviously walk through these things because this is, again, just like a couple of months ago or when you first joined, these are hurdles that you're slowly but surely getting over. And interpreting price action, but not too much. Not where you're starting to say, well, it doesn't look like it's going to go. Not right now, but it is holding what it's supposed to. And I have to remind myself of that daily. That, okay, and even to the point where I like encourage, I want that pullback. Like I want it to happen. And it's like I'm tricking my brain into like being okay with it. But I'm searching for the. Wait, what? Okay. You're somewhere in between day trading and scalping, but with a entry like his, that's something where your contracts are on the table to be purchased as it grinds up. So every green candle is your friend. And because you're, within those target contracts, yeah, I don't want to say it's a scalp, because a scalp, folks, would be that candle, and you're done. Straight up. Most people, if you guys ever watched Manny, Manny would have gotten out on that candle. He would have bounced it here and got out right there. Straight up. That's a scalp. Because he's also putting 20 grand. Again, I don't do that, but he's almost putting, he's putting a lot of money into these trades. Versus buying something and utilizing a floor. Then once it pushes up, your contracts are now in that strike range of prices that people want. So then you're not as affected as you would be if you're really far away. Remember Schwab, real quick, y'all, we did have it in the cards to potentially retest, right? Some of those areas directly underneath it. You can hedge if you want for the worst case scenario, which is 90-80. But other than that, for like next week. But so somebody said this is great information. Tell him thank you for sharing his feelings, and there will be another one. There you go, Golf Man. Told you. It's good stuff. Okay, why does a profitable strategy only work for the teacher and a very small handful of students? I would not say that a small handful at all. Yeah, at all. I mean, there's a lot of new people in here. There's a lot of people who have been in here for a year or two, and they've hit their stride. 2 years, they've hit their stride. There's some people who've hit their stride within a month. I get messages constantly from Coors. I don't know if you're back or if he's back, but dude, I gotta read that one actually to you guys. I know he doesn't mind, but he messaged me again. He is like the epitome of one of the independent traders. But he said I did a mass. I just like unfriended everybody because I had like all these random people. So I just like kind of got rid of all my friends. So he just messaged me because of that. But he was like, "What's up, brother?" He's like, "Why'd you unfriend me?" But he goes, "Hope all is well. Another Alaska trip funded by the Potterbox strategy again. Just saying hi and thanks again. I know I haven't been around as much, but I'm doing what I was trained for, independent trading. I'll see you after my trips to the Caribbean this month. Love you guys." It's like, dude. And then he sent me a picture. I'm not gonna show you guys, obviously, because it's got a kids in it. But dude, they took a plane, one of those water planes, to like some super remote location in Alaska with him and his son and his wife, man. And they're like, he sent me so this year alone. So our last year in September, he said, "Thank you, bro. Without you, I'd be still grinding away somewhere. Best place to be with family." He was on a luxury cruise ship outside of Seattle. And then he messaged me in March. He says, "Been a minute, but thanks for the scammy workshop to keep us traveling like we are." He said, "Thanks again, dude. The Potterbox is making us independent and keeping us doing what we want." And he sent me a picture from Kuraka and Aruba. So, and this is somebody, yeah, dude, like he's literally doing. Yeah. Yeah. That's such a good point. That's actually such a good point. Yeah, it is kind of crazy how jaded we are on the percentages that we make. Because I have people be legitimately like, "Ah, man, dude, I only made 150%." But it's because they know what the potential of that trade held. And they didn't complete that mission. And that's what we try to teach people, is to see those opportunities and then see them all the way through, especially with runners. Like with Golf Man, and this is what I was about to tell you. You could have reduced your risk. Reduce risk up 100%. Take the money that you invested out of it or in it, and it either works or it doesn't, right? Write that down on a notepad if you can. Congrats, bro. You're making a difference in people's lives. Yeah, it feels really good to not have I'm not reselling somebody else's strategy. I spent a lot of time making sure this shit fucking, worked before I said it. But yeah, it's awesome, man. Doesn't feel real sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a video game. But I know one day we'll probably have a big group meetup. And oh, Jen, why'd you got to say that? Do you know how much we traded this at $80? What was it, $80 or fucking sub hundreds? We traded MU. Yeah, man, we traded the shit out of MU. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah. I have seen you through the years. You have been consistent. I try to be, man. Sometimes I take a vacation every once in a while. It pisses people off, but that's what the fuck I do this shit for too, so I can polish my pies bonitas. I'm a little bit of a workaholic. When I get bored, I get restless. So like vacations keep me occupied, but like if we end up coming back and like I'm just sitting here, I don't like that. I get restless. I mean, I also just, I mean, you guys are cool people. Obviously, we don't have a whole lot of jackasses or really any at all. Got rid of most of those guys. But I mean, this is a good place to be, man. I mean, it's a giant Discord filled with everybody trying to do and accomplish the exact same thing with the exact same strategy, scanning, working together, dude. Like this shit is fucking not happening anywhere else. I don't know of anybody else that has anything remotely close to this, and I don't know a whole lot of people, so that could just be a perspective thing that I'm blind to. But I feel like I'd hear about it. I feel like somebody'd be like, "Oh, I was in a Discord like that," but who knows? Anyone take Snow back down? Nope. That was a good rejection though, off the pre-market highs. I mean, so let me explain from my perspective too. Year one, right? So think about this. It's like I have this strategy. I know what I wanted. People are asking me to put the workshop together, blah, 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 blah. When I made this workshop, one of the first things that I said when I started it, like the intro, was like, I want to make this a beehive. My goal with this workshop and with everything that I do going here forward is to create one Discord looking for one thing, one setup, one strategy. And that if I do this correctly, that the people taking this workshop would eventually get to a place where they were able to share what they had learned and what they had been successful on, what they hadn't been successful on. And if I did my job, even in the first and the second ones, or the second and the third workshops, that would only increase. Therefore, you're having these groups of almost like class graduations, right? Like we got the, some people in here from the 2020 graduating class, 2021, or whatever, 20. I got it so long ago. But like 2023, 2024, 2025, like all of these people who have taken the workshop and that have put the work in, they've gotten better. They've become people that other people in the Discord look up to, and they have great insight. They have good plays. They're pretty consistent. And now we're having people who took the second workshop and the third workshop who are all starting to hit that same stride, and some of them even faster because I've gotten better at teaching. I've gotten better at that's something that you actually have to learn how to do too. So, but yeah, it's really, really awesome, to I've said this, I say this all the time, but it's like, dude, imagine 5 years, 2 or even just next year, like we got a lot of people who are working their ass off to get really good at this shit. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So. Yeah, man. Yeah, obviously Pope Rose, but would I consider this a retest of the box on Schwab? I would consider how fast you're falling to foster, yeah, to give you the opportunity to retest something. Oh. You should be really proud. I am, man. Still feel like the job's not done. You know, that's the thing about this though, is one person hits that level, that stride, there's 20 more people still working for the same goal. So I'm happy, but still just excited about the future. And you know, I become a better teacher. More people, translate this strategy even better, then more people become more successful and the group gets stronger. We find better plays. The scanning gets better. The people who join have, like, honestly, the people who join now have a better environment to jump into than the people who jumped in the first and the second classes. Straight up, because now they have an entire, Discord that's all literally, they've done it. They know what's up. And so you're coming into a place where everybody's looking for the same thing, and lots of people are really, we got really good people in here. I mean, yeah, really good people, dude. My poppy, my junior poppy. The banning area. Oh, yep, yeah. Boo! Don't even say that. I have yet to see a garbage chart from you. John, is that me and you? I've never worn one of those things. I've never worn one of those things. I did actually in kindergarten. But all right, guys, it's 11:40. Market's moving like fucking pond water. If you have any of these W runners or Amazon and all, Amazon's fucking ripping ass. I actually found myself a little contractito to pop into for that overhead high of 246. It's not bad, baby. But anyway, we'll go ahead and pause this until about 2 o'clock. I'll be inside of the Discord. You said Meta's moving? Oh, yeah. It's getting close. Yeah, I'm watching this one as well because the reverse of this one has a killer. Oh my God, guys. Next week could be, because we're doing it. We're actually bouncing, and this may end up being a inside bar, Joker, right here. So I actually do really like that inside setup, which is, rare. Can we go one day without Trevor Banter running the mouth? Yeah, I'm fucking right. I cut a bag and it feels great. Nice. Do I have any TradingView discounts? So I'll give you guys a trick. All right. I shouldn't tell you this, but I don't make money off of. I think I could, but I don't think I. Yeah, I could, but I don't do that. But anyway, first off, you're gonna want to wait for holidays. You're gonna want to wait for maybe Father's Day. Or if you already have a subscription, cancel it and then say you can't, like, it's too much. They'll offer you a discount. They are desperately trying to keep people on this platform, not because of any other reason but more money. But they are trying to, so they will try to give you a discount if you ask for one. 4th of July is big. I mean, honestly, it was always Black Friday. Now I swear to God, it's like Kwanzaa, and they're like, yeah, not 90% off Kwanzaa sale. But yeah, that's what I would do. Oh. Yeah, dude. I guess you could play hardball with them. Yeah. So I dead ass. Yeah, I do have premium. Yeah, I have premium. That's right. You gotta say, look here, cuh. Come on, cuh. Uh-oh. I like a good rabbit hole, though. Oh, that's fucking cool. Yeah. In a cup. Yo, meta. There we go. That could be a really fucking badass play if we could get the juice. We just need the juice. Could be good and juicy. 295. Obviously, a couple 284, 286.12, continuation 291. Good shit. Yeah, I like meta a lot. I like 579 quickly here. Oh shit, the contract just shot up immediately. Hey. All right. But anyway, if you guys are on TikTok or Discord or YouTube, I will see you guys at 2 o'clock, 2:30, right in there. So, just keep an eye on this one. Great stop loss right now at 576.76. We're looking for a break over 577.83. Target 579. Quick trade. Anything pushing out and over like Amazon 580.92, and we have another pocket of empty space to 584. All right. Yep, you got it, guys. If you guys, again, if you're new, don't buy shit. If you've been watching me for a while and you want to take advantage of the discount, you can. It's on the website. Make sure you hit apply. Blah 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 blah. Message Ivy or Alex if you guys have any questions. But if you are new to this channel, make sure you guys watch the YouTube, and I'll see you guys at 2:30. Bye bye now. Later, cuh.